spoke in this debate. Obviously, very wide and very emotive. And I too, like everybody else, could speak in a very emotional manner. But that will not be for today. I will leave that for another day. With respect to the Frank Worrell House that the member for St. Michael West asked about, we will investigate it to see exactly what can be done with respect to the question that he asked about the Frank Worrell House. Also questions were asked about the Wells program. I'm being told that the Wells program in the Pine is about 95% complete. I asked about it. They have a few more to do in the Pine. Yes, they have more in other constituencies. It's not been going at the pace that we would like, and I've instructed them how to make all the other wells safe first, and then come back and do all the remedial work. So we have that in hand. We appreciate that there are issues with the Wells program, covering of the wells, but it's something that we are working on. Unoccupied buildings was also mentioned, and I have to inform the House that we have not only are well aware of all the unoccupied and buildings that need renovating, but in fact we have a significant program starting with the two buildings that were school meals buildings, actually on Country Road, and also the Barbados Water Authority building that we're working on to be able to bring those buildings into productive use and to reduce the amount of rents that the government of Barbados is paying, and instead bring those buildings into operative use. There are about 16 or 18, I believe, that the ministry is looking at to be able to bring those in productive use and reduce the rents that the government is paying for those buildings. Another thing that we're looking at very strongly is, and in fact in the manifesto, all of those derelict properties and vacant properties that we have throughout the urban corridor, and to be able to develop those for housing solutions or for commercial solutions after coming into an agreement with the owners. And we're developing a policy for that, and that will soon be before the cabinet, and then by extension, if it has to, I imagine it have to come for legislation, then to the Parliament of Barbados. So we recognize, Mr. Speaker, that there are lots to be done. There's a significant number of people who want housing solutions of all types, be it land, be it already constructed houses, be it units, whatever it is. And we recognize it's a tremendous problem. Yes, there's a list of 46,000 people at the NHC, but even the veracity of that database is questionable, and we're going to start a program shortly to be able to reassess and see how many people are actually on the database, how many people are duplicates, have they changed their situation or status, and do they still want to proceed in finding a housing solution? Have they found one? All those kinds of things we have to do. So first, let me thank the previous minister for all the good work that he did in putting us in good stead to be able to continue his good work and to be able to do better for the people of Barbados. Shelter and housing is a human right, and we have to try to do all that we can to be able to house every last person in this country who wants to get housing. And it's absolutely essential that we get on this as quickly as possible. And let me be very clear, Mr. Speaker. I have taken on this role and will give it all the passion that I gave to the previous ministry and more to this one, to be able to get as many people housed in this country as I possibly can. And with those few words, I'd ask that this resolution do not pass.
The question is that this resolution do not pass. All those honorable members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against, please say no. We think the ayes have it. This resolution stands passed.
Order number 8, sir. In the name of the Honorable Minister of Housing, Lands and Maintenance, to move the passing of a resolution to approve in accordance with Section 5 of the Land Acquisition Act, Chapter 228, the compulsory acquisition by the Crown of the parcel of land, together with the building thereon, the property of Valerie Angelique Hamlin, situate at Belle Plaine in the parish of St. Andrew in this island, for the public purposes of establishing a site of historic and heritage interest.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move that this resolution do not pass.
The question is that this resolution do not pass. All those honorable members in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. We think the ayes have it. This resolution stands passed.
9, sir. In the name of the Honorable Minister of Housing, Lands and Maintenance, to move the passing of a resolution to approve in accordance with Section 5 of the Land Acquisition Act, Chapter 228, the compulsory acquisition by the Crown of the parcels of land situate at Friendship in the parish of St. Michael in this island for the public purpose, namely the development of a national botanical garden.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move that this resolution do not pass.
The question is that this resolution do not pass. All those honorable members in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. We think the ayes have it. This resolution stands passed.
And, sir, in the name of the Honorable Minister of Housing, Lands and Maintenance, to move the passing of a resolution to approve, in accordance with Section 5 of the Land Acquisition Act, Chapter 228, the compulsory acquisition by the Crown of the parcel of land situate at Lot 1, Bush Hall, Yard Gap, in the parish of St. Michael in this island, for the public purpose of youth participation in community improvement projects known as the Building Blocks Project.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move that this resolution do not pass.
The question is that this resolution do not pass. All those honorable members in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. We think the ayes have it. This resolution stands passed.
Order number 1, sir. In the name of the Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, to move the second reading of the Police Amendment Bill 2019.
Honorable member for St. Joseph.
Mr. Speaker, I don't propose to detain the chamber long. I'm beginning to feel that. I begin every speech with that particular sentiment, sir. Before this Honorable House is a very short piece of legislation looking to amend the Police Act. And its genesis, sir, is the recognition that the Royal Barbados Police Force is quite simply short-staffed. The full complement of the force is just around 1,500 officers. And we are about 260 short of that complement. And in addition to that, sir, you have a number of officers who are on extended sick leave. I think that number is, I don't want to give an imprecise number to the chamber, but it is certainly over 30. And then you have a number of officers who are on sick leave from time to time. So as opposed to extended sick leave where you're off for an extended period of time, there are people who call in sick just about every day. Then of course there are the officers who are on holiday and on study leave and so on. And all of these things affect the ability of the force to provide the best possible coverage. Mr. Speaker, the chamber would know that we've embarked on a number of initiatives that are intended, sir, to allow the force to become more efficient. One that immediately springs to mind, and one that I think we should be justly pleased and proud of, is the situation in relation to the police certificates of character. This chamber is peopled by MPs, all of whom I'm sure have had complaints from constituents who want and who have wanted to get police certificates of character. And they will tell you that they had to make a call and make an appointment. And that appointment was generally 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks down the line. then they had to come in and fill out a form and they would take fingerprints, and then they had to wait another extended period of time before you get a certificate of character. So, a rhetorical question, well, worth asking, is how many members of this chamber have had discussions with constituents who say, I need a police certificate of character to carry in on Friday because somebody has a job for me. But the reality is they come to you because they would have had to wait 6 and 8 and 9 weeks before they could get the certificate of character. And of course, by that time, the job would probably already have gone.